Welcome to Criminality, the #1 criminal podcast. Today we have a guest who is a formal unwind, and his name is Connor.
All
Nice to
right.
meet you,
Well,
Connor.
we'll start off with the first question. We just want to know how was some of your experiences while evading the juvie cops for so long? Because we all understand that you were an unwind for like a year or two or most of your teen years. So we'd like to understand your experiences.
when I was when I was on the run from the cops, basically just kind of stressed out, trying to figure out how I was gonna do this for a whole year, running away, because that was mostly the tricky part to this whole situation I was in. Couldn't really stay in one place for very long. I had to find new places, and I couldn't stay in places where there was a lot of people in sight. I had to figure out to go somewhere low populated so I can stay out of people's sight. And also, I didn't know how much time I had before a wanted poster of me or like the news got out that an unwind was on the loose. Felt pretty stressful, pretty nerve wracking, basically, as you would say.
I
What made it
see.
really stressful?
What made it stressful was that I basically planning the whole thing out because I was just going off by the moment, not really thinking ahead of my future. Couldn't really figure out what I should do next. I only thought of what I should do right now at the moment, and what I thought of first was just to go like to a barn somewhere I can hide for a while. But then I didn't think about food, so I just had to figure out that too. But the most troubling thing the most stressful thing was how I was gonna get away from my hometown, because that's where most of the people would be looking for me, and I didn't have that much time to run away from my hometown. So I had to figure out a quick way to get out of town.
Were you ever worried about running into a cop and getting arrested and unwound?
I was because like at first I did it. I ran away without my parents noticing. So I had some time before the cops found out, but I also couldn't let the cops see me because if my when my parents by the time my parents found out, they would give the cops a description of what I looked like, and if a cop saw me, I would most probably get caught by them because they already knew what I looked like.
Now, this is what we've been told, that you have shot a cop with a tranq bullet before.
Yes, that's not a lie. I did do that, but it was in order for me to escape. I would say it was self defense since I didn't really harm him. I try to keep damages to a minimum at least. I did feel bad for what I did though.
What's your relationship with any other unwinds?
The My relationship with the unwinds I made so far was it's pretty more like survival relationships, like if you get what I mean. Because the ones that I trusted the most, I would say, well, I guess I would say, would be Risa and Lev. But I trusted. It wasn't really like a trust made over time. It was more like I felt bad for what I did to him, and I felt like if there's a need, I needed it. I felt like I had to trust him for what I did to him and give him a chance to like show him why he should run away from being unwound. But with Risa, it felt more like we were together in this, running away from the cops. Yeah, we had a common goal to run away, and that's what I say our relationship was. My relationship was with them so far.
Next
Now,
question.
now, is it true? Why did you save that baby for being stored that one day?
I I saved
We
it.
heard we heard that you could have just left the baby there because we heard that the mother already opened the door. The mother and the son was there, and they could have just took the baby. You could have moved on and never had to deal with it. Now, why did you do that? Why did you act impulsively like that?
There is a story to it, but I wouldn't really want to get too deep with it. the the short story to it is I saved it out of guilt for something I did in the past, and for what I heard the little kid say about having a baby been storked at their house. It really ticked me off, and I just acted at the heat of the moment.
Yeah, we heard that you had relationships with a female before you found out you were being unwound, and you tried to take her with you, but she she didn't want to go with you. Is that true?
Yes, unfortunately, at the beginning, things didn't turn out as I hoped. So I did feel a sense of betrayal that that she didn't want to go with me. But at the same time, I had no choice to hesitate, and I had to leave without her either way. I couldn't really convince her either way.
Well, thank you everyone for watching Criminality, the #1 criminal podcast out there. Can we
Thank you
all
for
agree? Can we all agree? Can we all agree on that?
We
yes.
welcome Connor.
Thank you
Yeah.
guys for
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. And we'll catch you guys later.